Good afternoon. Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. I wasn't going to come on this afternoon, but I had a couple of comments, so I wanted to respond to that, which means I get to talk about steel versus wood, and we get to go back to addressing contractor fraud. Let's start with steel versus wood. I only got a different diagram this time. What I talked about yesterday was anchor bolts, okay? The only things holding this down are these anchor bolts. Over here, we have the post that's embedded 4 feet. This is engineered also. Engineered. We talked about engineered steel buildings. Well, all our buildings are engineered. In fact, we have an engineering firm. We have our own engineer on staff. Okay? And if you notice, there's a concrete plate that sits on it to support it after the dirt's compacted. And we go down 3 feet in the ground. Over here, the only thing holding this thing down is these anchor bolts. Okay? There's no weight on the slab here. All the weight's transferred to this. Here, all the weight's transferred to the outer perimeter of the slab. Next slide. Okay. The second thing we do in our buildings is we put a cable retention system that's engineered. And these cables are spread throughout the building. All the weight of the concrete sits on top of these cables. It's aircraft cable that we use. So we're transferring the weight of the slab onto all the cables. So in order to move this building with uplift, you'd have to lift the slab. The only way to stop uplift is dead weight, even in a steel building. Dead weight. That's the only thing that keeps that baby from coming up. Next one. Okay, yesterday I covered this here. Once again, steel buildings are going to put their girts 3 to 5 feet, their purlins 3 to 5 feet. We're going to put them every 2 feet. The purlins are every 2 feet, the girts are every 2 feet. So we're going to have way more girts and purlins in a post frame building versus steel. Look at the distance of your columns, or your what I'd call their truss system. We're going to put a post at a minimum 10 feet apart. They're going to put them 15 to 20 feet apart. Okay? And if you come back here, if you look, go to the next slide. Okay? So if you look at this building, basically all these trusses are engineered. You can see when we make these trusses in the plant, these plates are what keeps them together. Okay, so the post is 3 feet into the ground, all the aircraft cables under the slab. All these girts are screwed to these posts. Ollie logs attach the truss to the post. Okay, when we do our doors and we do our windows, we use 4x4s. Those are also embedded into the concrete. The cables are attached to them also. So this is the inside of a post frame building. Okay. And you're going to see our truss system is every 4 to 5 feet. Now, yesterday I showed these pictures. We'll show them again. Whether it's steel or wood, storms can take them out. Tornadoes for sure. Nothing's going to take a tornado. But my point is, some believe steel's better than wood. Well, steel's got its problems. As far as tubular steel, it's got its problems. Okay? I mean, you can have your preference. My preference is post frame. And so yesterday or last night, and that's the reason I came back on, Monty, Lee, I guess maybe you know me, Lonnie. Monty, I don't know if I've met you, but I appreciate the comment. You can tell me your building is stronger than engineered metal building. Well, mine are engineered too now. The engineered metal building has an 18-inch anchor bolt and a 2-foot footing, and the footing might be deeper than that. You have a foundation on, you have no foundation on my building. Next slide. Monty, that footing ain't got nothing to do with this. That anchor bolt's rusting. That's weakening that steel building when that storm comes. You can have a 10-foot footing. That anchor bolt's exposed and it's rusting. Next picture. Rusting. Weakening that anchor bolt system. That's what I was talking about there yesterday, Monty. And we do have a foundation system, which I showed in the very beginning. We're sitting on a 4-inch pad. We're compacted in. And then we bring in our cable system. And I assure you, but this ain't going to happen. It's not going to rust. Next slide. Here, what a lot of people like to do, we're going to use steel anchored to the slab to protect the wood. The steel's going to rust. So, next picture. Steel can't take that rust element. In a post frame structure, there's going to be no rust. Lifetime warranty against rust. Okay? A lot of steel, well, but about the termites. Lifetime warranty from the manufacturer on that treated lumber. Rotten fungal decay. Lifetime warranty by the manufacturer on that too. And then when you put it in the post protector, which is a sleeve enclosed. Okay, let me see if I can put that here. Okay, these uplifts are down, and that also keeps it from coming up. It's designed that way, and it has an engineered amount that it can pull up. There's a weep hole in the bottom. If water happens, it's going to leak out. The main purpose of this is to keep the dirt, the organisms from getting to that wood, and the concrete's never going to touch that wood. I'm a big proponent of this. So your post is in the ground, but not in the ground when it's in the sleeve. Here, Monty, it actually pulled the anchor bolt up. So, but Monty, I appreciate your preference. My preference is wood, and we have to. I respectfully disagree with you, but I think the biggest issue I see with steel, not so much the foundation, because you see, in steel, you need that footing because the weight is on top of the slab. In post frame, the weight is on the post. There's no weight here on the slab. It all sits on these columns, these wood columns. So I don't need a chain wall. It serves no purpose. This is what's supporting it down here. And I've gone through 8 storms at my buildings. In fact, this facility has gone through 8 storms. But anyway, I hope I've answered your questions. And, hey, I love us having debates. That's what it's all about. But hey, I respect your opinion. Hope you respect mine. But thank you for the question, Monty. So where are we going now? All right, so now I'm going to get back on the contractor fraud stuff. This is what happened. We talked about this yesterday. Let's go ahead and play this one more time.
A Lake Charles man has been arrested accused of contractor fraud in Acadia Parish. The sheriff's office identified him as 48-year-old Brent Dugas. The investigation revealed Dugas was allegedly hired to erect a building on the victim's property, with half the costs paid up front. But a year later, the victim filed a criminal complaint of contractor fraud, which led to a sheriff's investigation and Dugas' arrest in Calcasieu Parish.
Yesterday we talked about that. Just so happens last night, and to those who thought that I shouldn't be doing this, listen to this story.
Put that much money and I invested that much money in it, and for this man and his wife to do this, it's unbelievable.
Alicia Joseph is a full-time mail carrier. Her story began when she saw a home along her route and decided she wanted to buy it and renovate it. After talking with a few friends about the project, someone recommended T&D Carpentry for the job.
I first hired him in September of 23, gave him his first deposit. For anybody who's asking, no, I did not give him all the money up front. I'm smarter than that. This was over a period of time. And it was just delay after delay. And every time I questioned him, it was the city is coming, they're checking this, they're checking that. It was always an excuse.
Joseph says while Derek Bellard continued to communicate with her about the work, progress on the house halted.
Initially, anytime that I would contact him, he would call me right back. He would come to the house and trying to explain to me why it was taking so long to do things. And so I would contact my friends who had used him before. And they were like, he does good work, but his timeline is crazy. He's slow.
She tried to remain patient until she got some news.
I had gotten to the point where I was like, I'm done. I'm done with the excuses, finish the house. And then he files bankruptcy.
Joseph says clients of Bellard's received word he filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. She then went to the sheriff's office and filed a report.
I've given him over a 6 to 8 month period of time, $129,000. Yeah, the videos speak volumes. That's what he left the house looking like after that amount of money.
7 News learned T&D Carpentry Enterprises is registered as a home improvement contractor. And according to state licensing rules, home improvement contractors cannot accept projects that exceed $75,000. That was unknown to Joseph. She now hopes sharing her story helps to inform others. For those who may find themselves in a similar situation, Joseph says speak up.
Anybody else that's out there that's scared or you think you're going to be embarrassed because you were taken advantage of. The only thing we did was trust a person with a rotten heart and rotten teeth is basically all I can say.
Derek Bellard is currently out on bond. 7 News reached out for comment but did not receive a response as of news time. In Lake Charles, Morgan Babineau, 7 News.
If you've encountered similar circumstances, the Calcasieu...
Okay, that just happened. It was on the news last night. If this lady would have been watching the red flags that I've been trying to see John Q. Public, which I was criticized for, maybe she wouldn't have lost $160,000. So you got this stuff going on, and now we've got this stuff going on. But the lesson here is, she said, some friends. Listen to your friends, but do your due diligence. The red flags, make sure they're licensed, because I've tried to find the name and the person and I can't find that at the state licensing board. Do your due diligence. And stuff like this will stop. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to go through. I got my copies of our hearings, and wait till you see all the people that are charged with all this stuff. But anyway, this is why I'm doing it. It's amazing. I get on this yesterday, and this happens last night. People, I'm trying to just show you. Just do your due diligence. I'm not telling you who to do business with. I'm not telling you where to go. I'm trying to help you stop from this happening. Now, I had another person, Ms. Powell. You own sober living houses. I do. Then saying if people break the law once, they will do it again and again. In another video, you deserve a second chance. I'm confused. Well, let me unconfuse you. If one of those guys that get caught breaking the law, a state contractor, they're welcome to come over there and we'll give them a second chance. Okay? Real simple answer to that. But if they are breaking the law and you want to use them, you can. Okay, it's due diligence, Ms. Powell. Ms. Powell, all I'm telling everybody to do is go to the LSOBC, go check their location, check with the BBB, see if you got reviews. Do your due diligence. And if they got violations, it's still up to you whether you want to do business. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm trying to be informative so that you can know where to go find them. Check the Secretary of State, how long they've been in business. Okay? Do all those things, and maybe what happened to that poor lady last night who's out $160,000, maybe that wouldn't happen. That's my only objective in this right now. Okay? I've watched it, and when I get to the end and start going through these last 3 meetings, and you're going to be surprised because somebody that I'm going to talk about all 6 again because you brought this up. Now, what's the next thing she said? Okay, why you didn't show Reed's Metal set up? I did. Then they may be from Delaware, but the employers are from, yeah, but they take all their profits to Delaware. You're talking down on all your competitors. No, I'm trying to keep you from having problems and getting take your money. Like the first 2 examples I gave you. I guess you think that people shouldn't know that. I shouldn't teach y'all how to protect yourselves, to make sure people don't come take advantage and take your money. That's all I'm doing. I'm not talking down. Let me tell you something. Everything I'm saying, I have documentation. It's evidence-based. This ain't something I'm making up. Don't you think that everyone that buys a building or whatever should have the ability to check the person out and make sure it's a solid and make a decision based on it? And if you want to make a decision to do business with him, fine. But at least you knew what you're getting into. Right now, everybody's running around and nobody wants to talk about if they get a violation or any of that. Well, I disagree with that. You should have a place to go check that out. And after being chairman on the board for 17 years, wait till I get and show you all the hearings we go through. It's ridiculous. It really is. People that are in this business, doing all this stuff, and then poor lady lost $160,000. I don't know how many people the Dugas deal did, but I'm sure I've been told over 10 or 12 people. A large sum of money. That's all I'm trying to do, Ms. Powell. There's Reed's. I did it yesterday. You said I didn't show them. But that's Reed's. Is that Reed's? Yeah. Okay. But look over here. Residential contract without a license and bidding. Without the proper licensure. That happened. 2019. There's some more out there. I got to do some research because I've been on the board on some other locations had some problems. But hey, if you want to go do business with them, go right ahead. Understand though, they've done this. Okay? This is Mr. DeZarmo. About a year and a half, he got picked up. I'm going to do some research and find out what happened to all those charges. He operates out of an office. This is what we operate. If they don't have any equipment or the vested interest in going forward, that's a red flag. That's all I'm saying. It's a red flag. But if you want to do business, go ahead. But look, 1, 2, 3. Failure to maintain adequate records because the board was investigating. Contracting without a license. Home improvement without a registration. He's got 3. Don't you think that's important to know if you're getting ready to do business with someone? I mean, and I'm going to tell you, when you get to this, he's going to pop up again. He got caught again. Now, let's see if it says, and all these people are pleading no contest, guilty or not guilty. Okay? They plead no contest, then they make their story, and then the board assesses a penalty or a fine or whatever we're going to do. If he pleads not guilty, we have a trial. Evidence is put on. And a board of 18 men and women determined based on the evidence if he's guilty or not guilty. That's how it works. 3, okay? This is SLPS again. He was operating out of his house. This is us. I'm just doing a comparative, okay? Once again, he got caught, and now look what's happened. Some people got hurt. Residents without a license. If you don't want to see the documentation, turn off. You don't have to listen to me, right? If you don't want to listen to see the documentation that's been put together, you don't have to listen to me. And you surely don't have to do business with. You can do business whoever you want. I can't make you spend your money anywhere, man. I'm not trying to. But I think everybody that spends their money needs to know what they're dealing with. Next one. Okay? This is Southern style. That's his office. Next one. He got caught in 23. Contractor and a license. No contest plea, and he paid a settlement. They're all going to do that, except I think there's one coming up. But anyway, all I'm doing is bringing the evidence. It's right there. Here's Precision Metal. By the way, I only brought it up again because she asked me to go forward. Once again, contracting without a license. That was in 23. He was found guilty. So that means he pled not guilty, and he was tried. Fined and assessed. I think what's going to happen on this particular case, I think there's another one coming up based on the information I received. But I'll wait for the information because I'm going to start printing out. At the end, you're going to see all these, and I'm going to show you what we see when we go to a board meeting. Okay. Now, I hope I've answered your question, Ms. Powell, and the other gentleman too. Look, anytime, I love the dialogue. I love talking with y'all. Hey, we can agree to disagree, but folks, the information I'm giving you is something that'll help protect you, okay? And, but look, thank you for listening. Like, I love doing this stuff, but wait, what we're going to work on now is, okay, and you can do this too. You can go to the site and you get this too, but I decided to pull it up. So let's go to the board meeting on March 20. So you have the residential board, you have the commercial board. I'm chairman of the commercial board. We oversee everything the residential board does, okay? I've been on this board for 15 years. I've been chairman for almost 8, okay? So you can go here and you can scan through this stuff yourself. You don't have to, but I'm showing you how to do it. Okay, this is roll call, okay? Now, if you'll notice, it's going to show, these are all cases. These are compliance hearings. Okay? Keep on. You see, these are cases. This is cases. Every one of these is an individual case. I'm going to go through them. Do you have the ones to, let's see here. March. Okay, go to number 6. Okay. Number 6, Iowa, Louisiana, Dar Construction and Maintenance. They were brought in March. They were charged with as a contractor without possessing a state contractor's license. The amount was $83,000. They had no license and they're doing $83,000 worth of work, that particular case. I'm kind of staying close, but you got people all over the state: Shreveport, Mandeville, Baker, New Orleans, Boyce, New Orleans. Oh, here's one in Lake Charles. Joe Bellard, DBA, J&B Form and Finish. Alleged violation for acting as a contractor perform work without possessing Louisiana State contractor's license. $20,000 in Kinder. Now, that case was heard by the residential committee. Okay, I'm on the commercial. But anyway, I want you to see that it's not, I'm not after it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to start doing this after every meeting. I'm going to go through every one. I'm going to show you, watch these people. I mean, it's a red flag. That's all I'm saying. It's a red flag. Next. Oh, Joshua Fontenot, acting as a contractor perform work without possessing a Louisiana State contractor's license. This stuff goes on all the time. All right, we're going to go to I'm trying to pull mainly the local people. So let's go. This one was done in May. All right. Going through here, we've got Araby, Covington. These are all cases. Every one of these is a case that was heard by us, or they put a settlement offer. Where are you going here? Give me number 9. Number 9. Okay, this is Lafayette. $40,000. Dominique Mouton, acting as a contractor without possessing a license. Do y'all think that people who don't have a license should be operating? We don't let doctors do it. We don't let lawyers do it. We don't let any professional do it. And I consider people who build homes or put people in buildings or whatever should be professionals. And they should be licensed. That is the law. Next one. Number 17. Oh, look what happened. If you recall in my previous segment, 7 slides ago, Ranger Building already had 3 violations. He got picked up a year and a half or 2 years ago. I'm gonna go get the documents from the courthouse and what he did to take care of that. Folks, he got caught again. Consideration of alleged violation for entering into a contract with an unlicensed contractor. That's who that was. To perform work at $12,467. There's the case. So now what he's doing to cut costs, obviously, and he's a licensed contractor and he shouldn't be doing that. He's hiring people who are not licensed. Now, the person he hired who wasn't licensed got charged too. He's from Jennings. Mallett Service considered alleged violation for bidding, quoting, and performing a job which a license is required without holding the classification for the majority of the work performed in Peanut Lane. Whenever you go get your license, take your license, you do a business and law test too. You do another test on your abilities as a contractor. But another test that's required of everybody is a law on business. So that you're supposed to understand not to do certain things. So if you go to number 23, okay, Abbeville, handyman, alleged violation, perform work without possessing, almost $40,000. No licensure, nothing. If you go to number 4, oh, yeah, that was an appeal. All right, let's go to the last one. This is in July. And in July, let's go to number 17. 17. David Boardlaw, roofing units considered perform without possessing a Louisiana state contract. $35,000. What happens if these people who are not licensed convince you to give them their money or do what they did to that poor lady in the very beginning of this presentation? Or what SLPS did, or even Ranger. Let's go to the next one. 23. Craig Simon, Lake Charles. Considered without possessing a license. $18,000. Now, understand, I'm just pointing out the ones that are kind of local. But every one of these cases, which you can go to the site and pull every one of these cases and see what we have to deal with every time we have a meeting. What's the next one? 25. Lafayette, $10,000 down in Houma. He's from Lafayette. Number 32. Okay, this is out of DeRidder. 30,000 without possessing a Louisiana State contractor's license. It's a red flag. If you want to do business, look, if you want to spend your money with somebody who doesn't have a license, then you have trouble. You can't complain. But it's a red flag. And if you don't want to end up like that poor lady in the very beginning, or all these people that SLPS doesn't have their money now, then take a chance. That's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm warning you. I'm giving you a red flag. Be careful. And when somebody has done it multiple times, it's a red flag. Big time. And I think, let's see, we got any more? Whoop. Nope. So I just wanted to show you. I'm gonna start showing these. Yeah, he had asked for a continuance. When was that? This one. Yeah, he's asked for a continuance, so he's got to come before us. He keeps asking for a continuance, I guess. But the bottom line is he's going to have to come before us. I mean, that's just the way it is. But look, my whole objective here is to give you the red flags. You do business whoever you want to do business with. That's up to you. But it's not bashing. Everything I say, I go get the documents. Okay? And if there's anything I can ever do to help you as far as from the standpoint of being on the board, feel free to call me. If you have any questions, you can call me. My cell number, 337-515-2154. Or you can call I could talk about that, Mr. Ledoux. Mr. Ledoux, there wasn't no sanctions. Let me tell you something. I'm going to bring the documentation to you on that. There was no sanctions, absolutely none. That was a political thing done by Jim Donlan because I fought him. Nothing happened. You had a little guy out in New Orleans who ran a story, and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. And that's a factual statement. But what you need to know is this. LWCC is a problem. Got over $1 billion in reserves, and what they do to small contractors, they got high rates, and what they do to you is whenever they come audit you, they come up with a bunch of, they misclassify everything. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a full segment to that. I'm going to show you the court proceedings. I'm going to show you everything that happened. Okay? See, you're talking, and you don't know what you're talking about, but I do. And I'll tell you what, give me a little bit of time. I'm going to get all the documents. I'm going to prepare them. And I'm going to show you what goes on with a work comp company, because I know a lot about it. But I can tell you right now, there was no sanctions. Absolutely none. None. Period. What else we got? I didn't falsify mileage. I had an employee who did, and she was fired for it. Okay? Let's get something straight here. I got 200 employees. We try to watch them. That particular employee falsified. We caught her, and she was fired. Period. Okay? In my time, I've had employees steal money from me. I've had a lot, there are issues with some employees as you go forward and been in business as long as I have. But wasn't no falsifying except on the part of the employee. She's the one who got paid the money, not me. Okay? So if you're gonna go there, you need to know exactly what you're talking about. Okay? But hey, I love talking about it. Bring it on. Just bring it on. Mr. Jeff Crane, I've had mine for 7 years. I love my Mallett Building. You know what? There's one there. I tell you what. Well, that's another subject. That's going to be on sanctuary. But let me tell you something. I don't think I'd have been in business 25 years. This business, just this business. I got other businesses. If I was doing anything wrong, don't you? I mean, that kind of tells the test of time. But I am gonna put a whole deal together just for you, because you know what? It's easy to say things when you're reporting, twist and turn things and take things out of context, and that's what they do. Okay? But let me tell you something. My record's as clean as this. I've never been convicted of anything. I've served 4 governors. I served many, many boards. I've tried to work for the state. I've given scholarships to kids. I've donated millions of dollars to charities. Maybe I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a segment on our company on how much we give back to the community. And if you really want to go there with me, my friend, let me tell you something. In fact, there's a statement, sir. Remember that I told you this. The true measure of a person is not what he accumulates, but what he gives. And I can tell you, with all honesty, I give back a lot. And you know what? It's because God has blessed me with a lot of things. So I give a lot back. And you know what? I enjoy it. Not only do I give a lot back in the form of money, I give a lot back in the form of time to a lot of young men who I mentor through the facility. The other thing I do, I've been in that business, the drug and alcohol treatment, judicial for almost 17 years. I'm proud to tell you that I've ran over 10,000 or more men through that facility. And I'm proud to tell you, they call me during the holidays. And they thank me because they're home with their families. So, become evidence-based. News stories can be manipulated. That's not manipulating. That's factual. Okay? But I'm gonna put a segment together just for you. Y'all keep his name, and I'm gonna put something together just for you. Okay, here, what's the next? You got one up there? Go up a little bit. Go up a little bit.
Search it if you don't believe me. The
Wait.
article will pull up.
Go down.
Fake news, I guess.
That's it. This is bro.
Yeah, Mr. Ledoux, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prove to you it's fake. I'm gonna get the documents and prove to you it's fake. Okay? It's time for the news articles, news people twist and turn. You gotta be careful with them. In fact, my motto when they come to interview me, I said, put your questions in writing, I'll respond in writing. That way they can't twist it and turn it, because they're good at that. Okay? But up at the top, what's the one at the top? Wait, go up a little bit. No. What's the other one? Whoa.
That's it.
Wait. There's your company. You're bashing all these people about their mistakes, but here we are. What's your question?
Yeah, he's just.
I think, Mr. Ledoux, I don't know what your question is. I mean, what's your question? I'm not bashing anybody. You see, the problem with you is you think that lady in the beginning deserves to lose $160,000? You don't think that she should have had the opportunity and given the skill set to find out or do her due diligence? She probably didn't even know she could do that. Look, let me tell you something right now. This ain't bashing. Bashing is whenever you take a news article and take it out of context. This ain't bashing when I pull the record up. This is the record of what's occurred, and it's a record of a state agency. Ain't no bashing. I'm not running news articles here. I am running one. I'm running the one about being picked up, and let me tell you something. I'll put them on there. I've never been arrested or picked up for nothing. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to work on that other deal you're talking about. I'm going to put a segment together just for you. It's time to stop that and prove to you that people can take news articles and twist them and turn them. They can. But anyway, I appreciate the dialogue. We're going to agree to disagree. That's okay. That's all right. No problem. But look, once again, I'm not telling you where to spend your money. I'm telling you to do your due diligence so that what happened in the very beginning, pull that back all the way to the top. This is what I'm trying to stop by giving y'all the tools. Had a technical difficulty. One of our batteries went dead. There's the picture I wanted to show y'all. These people, this poor lady is why I'm doing this. These poor people that got hung over here is why I'm doing it. Okay? As a member of the board and as chairman, I'll tell you right now, I don't like to see this, especially people from my area. I don't like to see it at all. But it hurts even more when people from my area are hurt. Why don't you look at the facts? It ain't no news article. State of Louisiana. These are hearings. They're pleading guilty. No contest. Okay? They're being arrested. Okay? You try to twist it. But I did a little checking with that little break. We can't seem to locate you. You must be one of them phantom talkers. So if you're really real, why don't you put your phone number so I can call you? Huh? We can't find you on the Facebook, Mr. Ledoux. Why don't you show you? Tell me who you are. And you literally were bashing people the other day. No, I said this. It was the same presentation. But I'm not going to look until you tell me who you are. Ain't no point talking to you because you're not real. If you're real, put your phone number right now so we see who you are. I'm not hiding from nobody. You seem to be the one that's hiding here, so make yourself known. Send them a personal message. Are you real? See, folks, probably a competitor. That's why. But it's kind of funny or silly when people do that because I'm not. I'm out here. I'll answer any question. If you throw the question, I'll answer. I don't run. I'm right here. But you seem to be. Not real. Deceiving. If not, who are you? Give us a personal message.
He said, let's do a live together.
Well, come on. Come on. I'm ready for you to come on. Come on down. I offered that yesterday. When you coming? Oh, come on. Hey, we'll have a good discussion. Huh? Professional. I'm ready. When you coming? Here's your chance. Let's tell everybody when you coming. That way we'll put the date now. When you want to come? Come on. I'm waiting for you. See, folks, he's up there making comments, but I said, come on. I offered that yesterday to anybody. Anybody wants to come live and have a discussion, come on. Come on, give me a date. What's the matter? Yeah, we got, look, I got two stools, one for you, one for me. We'll have a lively debate. Give me a date. Well, you can't just say it now. If you really want to do it, I'm saying, come on. You see, folks, there's a lot of this that goes on. People get behind fake stuff, and they make statements. I'm ready right now. What day you want to come? I'm giving. He says, face to face. Can't wait, whatever. I said, well, give me it. Pick a day right now. Here's your shot. Pick a day.
Tell him we'll send him a message and set the date.
I said, come on. I'll tell you right now. Let's go. I'm ready. Well, I'll tell you what. Personal message and what date you have, and I'm waiting on you. You ain't waiting on me. I'm the one in front of the camera. You're not. But I'm ready for you to come. We'll have a good lively. And you know what, folks? There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong. You know what? People can agree to disagree. That's one of the problems in this country. People can't sit down and have a dialogue about an issue they disagree on without getting mad and without having a discussion. I don't know if he does come, I don't know if me and Mr. Ledoux will agree, but we can surely have the conversation, and I'm willing. I'm waiting on you, Mr. Ledoux. Hey, every time I go live, I'll be bringing you up.
I just sent him a private message.
All right. I don't know where you're from. I don't know anything about you, but it's okay. But folks, once again, thank you for listening. I enjoyed it. Hope y'all have a nice weekend, and remember that I'm trying to help the contracting. We need to make sure that people don't do all this stuff. Okay, that's all. And look, turn on your notifications. You know, unless I'm out of town or unless I'm gone, I'm going to try to go live every day with some discussion. I love the comments. If you have any questions, if you look, Just like today, you had two people who had comments, and I addressed them. I have no problem with that. Did I agree with either one? No, but I addressed it. And I respectfully, their opinion. I respect their opinion. I don't agree with it. I respectfully disagree with their opinion. Okay, that's all. You can make this difficult, but hey, y'all have a nice weekend. It was good today, and look forward to a lively debate. Once again, thank y'all for listening.